Welcome everyone, and thank you for attending tonight's special meeting of the Board of Directors for Evergreen Public Schools. This is a special meeting because we're gathering so that we can pay our bills, and then we will have a closed session. And under the advice of WASDA, we are suspending all our regular board meetings due to the work stoppage. But for those of you that are here, thank you very much for attending, and if you would like to join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please stand. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, next on our agenda is our board consent agenda, and this consists of minutes of our meetings of our annual workshop on August 10th. We also met with the College Board of Trustees on August 13th, and we also had a regular board meeting on August 14th. I'll entertain a motion to approve the board consent agenda.
I move that we approve the board consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so the board consent agenda has passed. Next is the superintendent consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the superintendent consent agenda.
I move for approval of the superintendent's consent agenda.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so the superintendent consent agenda has passed. Next on the agenda is the superintendent's report, and for this, I turn it over to Superintendent Dr. John Steach.
And I only have one thing to share tonight. I wanted to correct some inaccuracies from last Thursday night and Friday. When the board passed the resolutions, which are similar to the resolutions that were passed in Pasco and Kelso, and I know it was Shoreline before that are pretty standard that WASDA recommends. One of those had to deal with healthcare. And there was never any intent that we would be doing anything about September healthcare. There was information put out on social media about us stripping benefits from teachers immediately, and that was never discussed, never an intent, never even a possibility. It is just a precaution or a measure that puts in place in the event of a prolonged strike. What could happen is if we have employees that aren't earning a paycheck, there's no deduction to be able to take from the paycheck to pay for those premiums, so that's something that hopefully we won't even have to worry about. But we had discussed whether or not to communicate that out, and intentionally did not communicate that out to staff because we thought it would be perceived as a threat in some way or way. So that's why we intentionally left it off all the communications that have gone out to staff up till now, and tried not to create a feeling that we were threatening with that. So I apologize to anybody who got that information because we were silent on it and got it from through channels that made it sound like we were doing something to benefit us in the month of September. So that's all I have for tonight.
Okay, thanks, John. So next, we will be going into recess to sign papers, and then we will have a closed session on collective bargaining. So thank you very much for attending tonight. And so now we are in recess.
Wow.